Hey guys, so we are going to be getting into days 3 and 4 of practice. If you haven't watched my previous practice video of days 1 and 2 already, go ahead and watch that. You'll probably understand this just a little bit better, but to fill you in, I found a bite pretty early in practice, and kind of what that does is it buys you some time to look around, so that's kind of what I was doing. But again, I feel like I'm always like riding that line in practice. If I find something early where you don't want to completely let yourself get off of them to find something else, but you kind of want to venture out and look around a little bit since you have found something already. So you don't want to beat them up or anything in practice. So that's what I was doing. Day 3 of practice, I went out, kind of trashed everything that I was doing in the first 2 days, and picked up a square bill and a flat-sided that dove like I think the one I was using 8 to 10 feet. I was kind of targeting the 8 to 10 foot range, but went out to some main lake stuff, started out there, cranking some points and things like that, seeing if I could find kind of a different bite. I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to just get on the same thing that I was on the first 2 days and just follow that around and then get to the tournament like, well, I should have tried some other things. So this is is a 2-day tournament, and then you fish your way into the 3rd day. So potential of 3 days that you have to be on them, so you need some some alternative things to catch some fish doing. So that's what I'm doing now, just looking around, random stuff that's different from what I was catching, and see what I can do. At the end of this day, actually, there was a bite that I missed because, like I said, I'm still trying to stay on the fish. Kind of towards the end of the day, I picked up a spinnerbait, went over to some docks and started fishing the shady spots on them. Caught about a 2-pounder. I actually missed that one, but that was kind of one of the fish that I went back to that pattern just to kind of check it again, and on a new spot. But anyway, we get to the footage. I'll do some map chip breakdowns and stuff, things that I was looking at in this video too. So here we go. Exactly how you want a bass to eat a crankbait. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit on the map chips in this video. What I did on the 1st and 2nd day of practice, which is a different video than we're on right now, but just to kind of show you, I was up here in the Elk River. This is the Neosho. These are both up on the north end of Grand Lake that kind of feed into it. And then you've got Horse Creek over here. I caught some good fish in there. I bounced around a little bit up here. I did pretty good in the Elk River. I didn't really explore the Neosho much. And
and I didn't run south very much. I spent a really short amount of time down in Duck Creek, down on the south end. But starting out here with the, throwing crankbait around and stuff, I believe, if I remember right, the name of this creek right here is Honey Creek, and that is where I started out. And I'll zoom in here and kind of show you what I was looking at and what I was cranking around on. Okay, so this is the type of pocket that I was fishing in, that was there in Honey Creek. Really a lot of them look pretty well the same. They just had a lot of these little pockets, fingering off of them. But the mouth of them, a lot of them had some really good chunk rock points and things like that. I was just hopping around. This one specifically, there was a boat ramp right here, and then there was a really good little chunk rock point coming out right there. And I caught one off of there. I think it was the first one that I caught in the video. And I think I ended up actually catching another one right over here. But yeah, that's really what I was just hopping around targeting. Next here, this is just what it looked like, what the map chip looked like for that riprap that I was cranking, which is just by a road. Obviously there's a bridge right over here, and when I came through there was some good current pushing through, so I threw around a little bit and caught one cranking that riprap. But that is what I was throwing around in Honey Creek.
Alright, so that was day 3. Going into day 4, kind of what I'm thinking, in this tournament, to kind of put you from my perspective. It's regionals. I'm not trying to qualify for anything other than, the All-American, which you need to finish in the top 6. So you got to go big. It's not like something where I'm going to be like, well, this bite was decent, I need to go find a bite that I can at least get some points with. You're not worried about points. You're worried about catching the biggest bag that you can possibly catch. And it's kind of an all or nothing deal. So I didn't think that I could do very well. I didn't think that I would be able to find the best quality bites that I could get on the lower end of the lake. So I kind of just wrote that off. I didn't want to put that in the back of my head or anything like that I could run down to the lower end of the lake and possibly get some bites. I wasn't worried about that part. So stayed away from that area completely. I put all my money on the upper end. So last day before the tournament, again, I'm not going to go out and start beating up the areas that I think I'm going to fish in the tournament. So I decided to go back to the Elk River, but go as far up as I could go. I wanted to find possibly an area where I could go catch some big fish up that way. I didn't, I've never been there. I didn't know if there was big fish to even be caught up there, but a lot of times, you can do stuff like that and get on something. So dedicated an entire day, the day before the tournament, to go up the Elk River and just poke around, see what I could do. So that's where we're at, that's what we're doing, and here we go. Alright, so that was it for practice. Didn't find anything special way up the Elk River, so going into the tournament, kind of sticking to my plan early from practice, which was going into the Elk River but not way up it, and fishing some shallow laydowns and stuff. I thought that bite was going to still be pretty good on tournament day. So that was my game plan. I had laid off of it, and I really thought that that was what would play for me early on. And, you know, I was keeping my mind open, though. If that wasn't going to work, I had plenty of other things to try. So watch the tournament video, see how that goes for me. Like, subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned because tournament video will be up next.